What's up, everybody? All right, so look, for those of y'all that don't know, back in the day, I coached Little League football for the YMCA, the East Montgomery knows. There was this kid, he didn't say much. Still probably don't say much. But boy, when that whistle blew, he was gonna let you know he was there. I called him the silent assassin. Always have. He's grown now, a father, a man, creator of BST. Uh, this is the Front Porch Chronicles. I'm your host, Clinton Foshee, and this is my little big bro, Brandon, silent assassin, Canady. What's up,
Man, what's going on, man? What's up? What's up?
Man, it's crazy seeing all y'all grown up now. I'm like, man, I'm getting old, old, old. But let's take it all the way back to the football days. You know, you were always quiet, but you played like you had something to prove all the time. What do you remember most about them Little League days?
Oh, man, we were competitive. Just being very competitive. The Seminoles, like Montgomery, Alabama, of course. It was kind of like a team that we had to really just play at a different level than everybody else. Had to play at a different level. So in order to just keep that like spirit alive, hey, when them lights come on, you got to come with it. You got to come with it. So yeah, so just like with me being quiet, I had to flip the switch, get to it. So, but nah,
I know it was funny when you fell asleep anywhere. I remember we used to be riding to the games. You was asleep,
oh,
and I'm like,
I
Brandon, you ain't hype. You remember me and TJ used to be
man,
like, you got to get hype. You be like, how I get hype
can't,
when the game gets here?
I can't do it. Like even I gotta have a pregame nap like that. That was all the way into college. Like college, after college, I gotta have a pregame nap. Like that hypes me up. Like okay, I'm good. Let's go. I'm good. Let's
Get
do
that recharge.
it. Yeah, I need it.
You know, when you were little, where did that fire come from within you?
Great question. Let's see. Just I just felt like every time whatever sport, I just felt like I had something to prove when I got out there. Just with me being quiet, like a lot of times, a lot of people they might talk a big game, so you might expect a lot from them. But with me being quiet, not saying too much, they really just don't know what I'm capable of. So when basketball, football, step on that field or court, you got to show it. And then as I grew older, I felt like I'm kind of big on reputation. So man, I got a reputation to uphold. So every time, hey, I gotta come with it because you really never know, like who's out there watching. This might be their first time seeing you. So you gotta leave with
100%.
you gotta leave them with an impression. So
Man, you know what? It's funny. I ain't gonna gas you up. I got ready to roll the dice, I always knew you were gonna come to play. You
oh
ain't
yeah,
have to. They'd be like, he's quiet and he don't. I'm like, okay, he gonna show you
oh yeah,
today.
yeah,
It,
every time.
always, it's funny because TJ, is the complete opposite, dude. He got to high school and he wasn't no different. I
Yeah.
remember we were playing this team one time and they were like, Coach, if you don't tell 55 to shut up, we're gonna put him out the game. He's always been like that.
Yeah,
It's
always.
funny how close y'all were as kids because y'all were polar opposites, but y'all both were so competitive and had this like mutual friendship that despite that, because once it got outside,
Yeah,
it's
and
one of
and
those
that
things.
and that probably was another thing. Just like with my friends being as competitive, you got to match their energy. Like,
Yeah.
oh, he coming, I'm coming too. Like, I'm coming right behind him.
That squad back then, woo,
Yeah,
that
I'm
team was
coming right behind him.
and so
So,
I live out here in OC, so there's Modern Day and St. John Bosco. And man, they get salty with me because I tell them, bro, if I took a Montgomery team just a Montgomery and surrounding, I say Prattville, Montgomery, the Tri-County areas, and created a dream team, man, they wouldn't even, I don't care Miami, I don't care where it is.
Yeah,
We would come to play with whoever,
facts.
whenever.
Definitely. Like, and that's one thing I guess. Like now, how that kind of got like state and all this. Like, if we would have had that back then,
Oh,
man,
they didn't want
we
that. They didn't want that business.
at all, at
No,
all, at all. Our team was so different, and then like everybody, we grew up. Everybody played like high school, college, and they played. They were like stars. You know what I'm saying?
that's that team was loaded. You know,
Yeah.
we called you the silent assassin because you didn't talk much, but you made plays. Do you feel like that same energy is in your life now?
Yeah, I can say that. Like, just naturally, I'm quiet. But as far as just like growing up, you know what I'm saying, you have to be more vocal about a lot of things. But I still try to just let like whatever I'm doing, like do the talking.
Yeah.
I really don't. I really don't try to say too much.
True story. What did football teach you about handling things in life?
Um, Discipline for sure.
And
Um,
yelling. I know you had that one coach that
yeah,
was loud.
I don't know his name, but I don't know his name, but yeah, I definitely remember him. I
Yeah.
definitely remember him. But just even with that, so just with football, like say, I'm not saying it was you who was yelling, but let's say it was you who were yelling. Like it comes with, oh, he expects a lot out of me. So therefore, like I don't take criticism like as something bad. I take it as good because hey, they expect more out of me or they expect me to do more. So that means I would rather you yell at me and then you not yell at me. That means okay, he don't expect me to do nothing. Like
Yeah, true. And it's crazy how as you get older you see things. Cause in the moment you probably like, man, if you don't shut the
yeah,
hell up.
he always yelling at me. Like,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
But it was like one of those things. Sometimes you see things in kids. Like you always had this light about you. You didn't have to really, but you would smile. And I
yeah,
could see you used to take it, and I could see you look over there at me and be
yeah.
like, see? And it was one of those things for me. And as you get older, you look back at things and you're like, man, at the time, I ain't want to hear that. I didn't want to, but it pushed outside that comfort zone to exceed.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely.
Yeah, you went on to play at Brew Tech. Went to basketball. I know that's a big part of your story. What was basketball like at Brew Tech?
So at Brutech, so that is a magnet school. It was a fairly new magnet school, and we didn't have a gym. We didn't have a gym. We didn't have a weight room. So pretty
None
much
of that.
none of that. And the crazy part is, so like my junior and senior year, we were number 2 in the state.
Y'all were good.
Yeah. So it's just like, so we'll have to practice. We'll have to travel to like different like community centers. We used to practice at Good Time Center. So we'll have our varsity and JV. It's 4 goals in there. We got 2 teams trying to practice. So it's just like, I look back at it, I feel like if we would have had the resources that they do have now, like we would have had a couple of the state championships, really. But
Easily.
yeah, but at the same time, just in that situation, I know we probably gonna go into it, but it was just like that instilled in me that hey, I got to do work on my own on the outside, So I can't rely on a lot of people. They have the opportunity to go to the gym, go to their school gym in the morning, or stay after practice and shoot. Like we had to take a bus from our school to another school, practice for an hour 30, get on the bus and come back. It wasn't, oh, let's stay and get some shots up, or let's stay and get some more work in. Like, nah, we had to leave. So it was just like, oh well, we're gonna leave. We're gonna go to another gym and get some extra work. So
Yeah,
it just taught me to grind, man. It taught me to grind for real.
and not wait on other people or other
Oh yeah,
things, because
yeah, for
that's
sure.
when you get left back. You know, how did those high school years playing basketball shape the man competitor that you are?
Let's see. It played a big part in kind of just kind of what I just spoke on as far as just being responsible for everything that you have to do.
Yeah.
So just pretty much just taking care of business for yourself, you know, making it happen. Sometimes you
You
just
know,
need
it's
to.
always funny how we get taught wrong things like doing for ourselves and not waiting on other people is selfish. But
Hmm.
in this world, we
You,
find out
oh
later
yeah,
on,
you gotta be.
if you sit back and waiting on everybody else for the hookup, you're
Hmm.
gonna be short. And
Yeah,
there ain't but one life. This ain't no
right.
video game.
Facts. Yeah, you
You know what
gotta
I
make
mean?
it happen. So yeah, so just being in those situations and just thinking back on it, it was just like yeah, like that. It allowed me to carry that until like later on in life, like going to the college and different things like that. So and be able,
Yeah.
and at the same time, just leaving that and going to college like oh I got a gym, you know what I'm saying? I got a gym I can stay in.
You
So
felt
just
like
be
you were in a
man,
Lexus,
what?
didn't it?
Just being thankful for it, like man, you gonna have to
You
kick
mean
me
we
out of
got
here.
our own weight room?
I'm telling you, and that's the thing. And just with that, like I lifted weights a little bit in high school, but get to college where you really had to, my athleticism like took off. Like
Yeah.
and I'm like, dang, I could have really had all of this back then, but just situations like that allows me to instill it in my kids. You know, like
That's what I was gonna say. That's when it comes back
oh
to
yeah, yeah. So
passing on
oh yeah, for
those
sure.
things.
And that's kind of what you know what I'm saying got me like training now. You know, like everything that I learned through that journey, passing it back. So that I'm real big on that. I'm real big on that. So
Yeah. So it's crazy to think again, y'all got me feeling, oh, you're a dad. How did becoming a father change your mindset?
um, so it goes from okay, I got to think of I can't just think of myself. You know, I got to make decisions. I got to make moves based on what's best for my kids. So it slowed life down a lot for me, of course. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? When you don't have kids, you you able to do whatever you
Running
want
the
to do.
streets.
Yeah. You don't have to answer anybody. You could be out late as you want. I was just talking about it the other day. You know, I went to the Alabama Tennessee game. It was just like
Yeah.
going to the game. Now I got to come right back straight into father mode. So
And then it's funny how when you become a parent, bruh, why you talking about naps?
yeah,
Man, I know I need a nap all the time.
be
I
needing it.
got 5 of them.
Ooh.
Imagine that.
Yeah, yeah. So you you need that for
Struggle is
sure.
real.
Facts.
What's the biggest thing fatherhood has taught you about yourself?
Let's see. That I'm able to. Let's see. That's a great question. What has it taught about myself? Mm, I would just say like it's really showed. Like I always thought I was a patient person, but it's really shown that you like it's a lot of time I want to get mad, but I think about it like man, he's 2, he's 3, like I can't really get mad. He's being a kid, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
sometimes I'll be kind of upset, but then I just sit back and think I gotta snap back like oh yeah, like he's being a kid, he's doing what kids do. So like not really just patience, like big on patience
Isn't it
and
funny how sometimes you'll see them doing something and you want to get mad at it, and then you think to yourself, "Damn, I did that same thing.
same
How am I
same thing.
gonna be mad?"
I can't do nothing but laugh. I can't do nothing but laugh. Like
I do it all the time. I be covering my face, and I feel like I'm not laughing, but I laugh all the time. I'm like, man,
so
this kid
like
ain't
so
nothing
like
but
my
me.
son, he
Uh-huh.
I'm big on like we do his worksheets, work on his letters, and do all that. He's 3, so he does it well. So I go in his room and he done wrote his ABCs on his wall. Like so, I'm just like I'm mad. Like you can't be writing on, but at the same time, like he's doing what we've been working on. he just
What
sees a
what the
big
ABCs
canvas.
right on the
Right?
wall?
Yeah, they were right. They
You can't.
were. That's what I'm
You
saying. I
told him
can't
to
get.
practice.
I can't get mad. So it's just like those are the situations you just gotta laugh him off. Like man, he's doing what he's being taught. So
100%. What kind of example do you want your kids to see when they look at you?
I really like in their eyes. I really just what I'm saying. I want to be a person that they feel like they could just come to about anything. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want them to feel like oh I'm scared to talk to my dad. Like I don't want to tell him this. I want them to feel like whatever's going on in their lives. Like I want them to be able to feel like, oh hey, I could come talk to him. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be I
That's
want to be
big.
a hero to them. Yeah, like I just want to be like just that light in their eye. So that's kind of like what I try to approach on a daily basis. Just letting them know, cause especially like now, just in the society that we live in, like mental health is big. Especially like with kids with the social media and all this and all that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, man. I want you to
It's
feel like
crazy. I just started going to like therapy and doing all of that stuff over the past 5 years. And it's crazy how when I started going, I had these negative tendencies and traits of things that I was doing, kind of almost like self sabotaging because stuff that happened when I was a kid. And it's crazy how all of those little things stick with you unless you go
oh yeah.
back and you try. So I tell people all the time, like when people are like, oh, I'm going to therapy. And it's like, you can go to therapy for what's going on in your life now, but you're putting a band aid on a bullet hole. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't go back to that youth and figure out what things happened, what things were said, and what things were done that affected you, you you're gonna keep chasing your tail in a circle. So I'm big with mine. Like instead of getting on to them, I do get on to them, but I'm more so like, hey, why?
Yeah,
Like
for
now
sure.
I
Oh yeah,
always
definitely.
think, why are they doing that? And
Mm-hmm.
I talk to them and be like, hey, if you want my attention, you ain't gotta do something negative to get
Oh
my
yeah.
attention.
Right.
Why don't you just come to me and say, hey, look, whatever. And mental health is something that we've stigmatized and we've created this almost negative thing for people to come forward for so long that now that people actually are. I saw where Doug Martin, the running back from the Bucks,
Mm-hmm.
he's only 36 years old, man, and he was telling people that he was having problems. I'm sure probably because of concussions and stuff that had
Mm-hmm.
happened. He went into the wrong house, 2 doors down, police came in, he ended up dying. And it's crazy to
Yeah.
think that there's so many people that don't know how to work with feelings and emotions,
Right. 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 Right.
so it's big that you pass that on to your kids.
Yeah. Definitely.
I know you started up BST. Let's talk about it. What does BST stand for?
All right. So it has two acronyms. So BST is blood, sweat, and tears, and
Okay.
then it also could stand for, or it does stand for, like brothers stick together.
I
Um.
like
Yeah.
I
Go
like
ahead.
both.
Yeah. Yeah. And just with that, so it started out like on the hats because I'm a hat guy. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I love hats. I feel like you throwing the right hat, it's gonna make your outfit 10 times better. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, Gotta have a hat anytime I do anything. I'm gonna throw on a hat. You feel me? So that was like even like in college, my decorations. I'm putting pins up. I'm just putting all my hats on the wall. I didn't have pictures or anything like that. My hats took up my whole wall. So
The hats told the story.
yeah, for sure. And it just
It's funny when I talk to people here, because you know, people here in SoCal, they'll wear whatever.
mhm.
And for me, I'm from Alabama, Montgomery, through and through. No matter
Yeah.
where you take me, I'm still gonna be. When I see people, why when I see people with Reeboks on with Nike socks, bro, it absolutely. I
Here's
be trying to get people to understand, dude. In the Gump, your hat has to match your socks, has to match your fit, has to match your shoes, and if it don't, you
yeah.
label tacky. Am I
Facts.
wrong?
Facts. Facts. That's the
I
truth.
tell
Yeah.
people will be like, why you got wear red? You got on Nike, 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 Nike. You don't wear nothing else. No, if I wear something, it's gotta all be matched.
And the brand got to be on point. Got to be on point. You
You,
can't mix. You can't mix
mixing
match
that
brand.
is an abomination.
Yeah, you can't.
Mixing Adidas with Nike. Like I be wanting to throw a flag. I said I'm gonna start getting one of them referee yellow flags,
Yeah.
and I'm just
And
start throwing flags at
just
people.
throwing them down like, hey man, you can't be doing that.
So
Can't be doing
what is the mission behind BST?
that. Really just to bring. So if we circle back to what we talked about earlier, like I really started saying like BST like in high school.
Yeah,
Or having to push myself. So blood, sweat, and tears, having to push myself to do everything that I was trying to get to college. So I'll have to wake up in the morning, 5 o'clock before school, go run, or go to the gym, go to the YMCA and get some shots up. Like that's the blood, sweat, and tears that you got to put in to get where you want to be. And then I started like a couple of my teammates. They kind of like, oh, you do this, like yeah. Like this our senior year. We want this to be the best year basketball wise that we had. So they
yeah.
kind of hopped on board. So then it's just like, all right, us when you got a group of people together and y'all pushing each other, like you're able to get a lot more done, and it's not like a lot of times when you working out by yourself, it's boring. You know what I'm saying? But when you got a group of y'all together that you consider like y'all consider each other brothers, it's like okay, hey, let's make this happen. So just that. So that's kind of where it kind of combined that with the blood,
It's
sweat, and
funny.
tears.
I tell people because I can't stand running,
Yeah,
especially not alone. But if like we got a group of people, I can run.
yeah,
But
yeah,
man, if it's just me and people are like, "Oh, listen to a podcast or listen to," man, I done try every kind of music. I done try podcast. I can't do it. I
yeah,
can't.
yeah.
But if you give me somebody and like I'm naturally that dog in me is
Hmm.
naturally if I'm running with somebody, if they run 5 miles, I'm trying to run 5.1.
Oh yeah,
If they
exactly.
run 5.2, I'm trying to run 5.2.25.
Hmm.
Whatever it do. How was running your own brand tested you?
Um, just with the, I'll say the marketing, like posting, um, editing pictures, videos, different things. Like it is a lot. It is definitely a lot to push it. So that I'll say that's the biggest test. And a lot of times I'll feel myself like getting complacent. Like dang, I ain't posted in 2-3 days. Like I gotta go find some content.
You know, I keep mine in the bank. So like I'll record stuff as I'm going, and then I don't necessarily post it right then. I do it in clips
Hmm.
because man, like you said, man, it gets like I'll look sometimes I'll be like, dang, I ain't posted in a day or two. Or I've gotten to where now I've got like a following. So if I hadn't posted in a day or two, people would DM me, man, you okay?
Yeah.
Man, I ain't seen you post nothing in a day or two. And I'm like, man, can't I just chill?
Man, I'm on vacation, man.
Thank you. I'm trying to go off grid. You know what I
I'm
mean?
on vacation. Yes.
Exactly. So, what do you feel like BST makes it stand apart from the competition?
Just I'll say, I guess, just the story behind it, man, and just because I feel like a lot of brands that I've seen, they might. I don't. As far as hats, I don't even think I've seen as far as locally, but I haven't really just seen like it's just a hat brand, you know.
And
So
most
it,
of them are generic.
yeah, exactly. So, and I just feel with the BST, it's something that a lot of people could resonate because it's not really. It don't have to be like athletics. Like it could be in the corporate world. You know, whatever you're trying to get to in life, like you gonna have to put blood, sweat, and tears behind it to get there. So
You ain't never lied.
yeah, so I just feel,
So, if you could go back and talk to that younger version of yourself, what would you tell them?
man, take that leap of faith. Take that leap of faith, man. Cause this is something like I said, like I started it in like saying like BST. I got it tatted on me, but it's
Yeah,
something that we were saying like in high school. You know,
yeah.
I'm 35 now, like, and I'm finally like, hey, like it's time to do it. It's time to do it, but it's something that I should have been done, but it's just like I don't know how people gonna take it, or people gonna vibe with it and things like that. So it's just like, man, take that leap of faith, man. Do
That's the hardest thing to do.
whatever you're thinking about doing, man. Just do it. Just go do it. Just go do
That's
it.
that's the hardest thing is taking that leap of faith because we get so comfortable with just doing the same things. And
Yeah.
then we're taught to just do oh, you're supposed to work a 9 to 5.
Right.
Oh, you
Exactly.
got to go to college. Oh, you got to do, man, look, I got my GED. They put me out of Jeff Davis. I don't know what the name of it is now. They put me out of Jeff Davis in 11th grade.
Yeah.
Got my GED, went to college a little while. It wasn't really my thing. I went and did the entrepreneur thing. It took a long road, but
Hmm.
you know what I mean? Like you said, blood, sweat, and tears. Sometimes you got to stand 10 toes down. And
Definitely.
so kudos to you for doing that because a lot of people end up dying wondering what
What if?
if.
What if? Yeah.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
What if, man?
Yeah.
Definitely.
What advice would you give to a young person who is feeling overlooked right now?
I would say first. I'll say, man, you want to get you a mentor, just someone that either someone who's like where you're trying to get to, or someone who's been there, and just sit down like and just talk with them, pick their brain, because a lot of times a lot of kids, they really don't have like anyone to like bounce ideas off, or hey, like this is what I'm trying to do, like what advice do you give? So
Yeah.
I'll say, man, just search for mentorship, like just like with me. I'm in the gym a lot of time, like with the little kids,
Yeah.
they want to come up and ask, oh hey, man, I'm trying to give them all the game that I can. You know what I'm saying?
That's that's real. That's where like you want somebody. The thing that I've learned the older I get is I want somebody who's gonna tell me right, but I also wanted somebody who's gonna tell me wrong. And a
Definitely.
lot of times people are so jaded because they don't think they should stink because they hang around people that keep telling them okay or keep telling them yeah or
Yeah.
keep co-signing on bullshit. When I moved out here and TJ got medically retired, he went back. And man, everything in me said, oh man, you got to go back too. You got to go back too. But something deep in me said, man, like how you said, you got to take a leap of faith. Like
Hmm.
you got to stand on business. It was
Hmm.
hard starting a real estate business where you know nobody.
Oh yeah.
I knew a couple of people out here People heard my accent. Some people liked it. Some people hated it. I was it's one of those things that having somebody that you're comfortable with telling you yes, but also telling you no. Because
Mm,
that's the biggest thing is when somebody tells you no. People ask me all the time, I'll be honest, they see my posts, they see all this and that. And they're like, oh man, you have so much fun. It ain't fun.
yeah,
It's a job. And
yeah,
they be like,
yeah,
oh, what do I need to do to get in real estate? Don't do it. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with. If I didn't have my country bumpkin accent, if I didn't know UFC MMA fighters, if I hadn't done those things and been good and created my own little niche, just to be honest, I would have failed
yeah.
100%. I
Right,
just
right.
got that dog and I refused to lose,
Hmm.
and God gave me paths, and I learned to not try to hold open doors God was trying to close. And the ones he opened, I skipped on through. I
Yeah,
ain't gonna wait, you
right.
know.
Gotcha.
Uh when you think about legacy, what does that mean to you?
Legacy, I'll say more so just get like whatever I have or whatever I'm trying to get that my kids are able to grow up into it, able to pretty much like give back to them. I'll say even give back to the community. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? So it's just like, oh yeah, Canady, he did this, or oh yeah, just I don't want to say. I'll say yeah, the myth, the man, the legend. You know, like
yeah,
so. But yeah, just legacy, just being able to build something that you know what I'm saying that my kids are proud of, and that they're able to be like, oh hey, like this is mine. You know, so
yeah. And to think you're passing down something to them that was blood, sweat, and tears. Think about that coming
right.
full circle.
Yeah,
How
exactly.
you talked about your story and your mission. To think of that, and you've always been the kind, generous, give back type. And one of the a million reasons why, even as a kid all the way up, I've always respected you is because a lot of people get into a situation where they get some success or they get things and they turn their back on people. Now, I ain't saying don't turn your back on some people because some people deserve to have backs turned on them.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
But for the most part, I kind of am similar in giving back and blood, sweat, and tears. What do you hope people say about you in your journey years from now?
Um, I guess I'll say he said he was gonna do it, and he did it. And he did it his way. You know.
Standing on business.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah.
What's one piece of advice you would leave with everyone listening right now that's looking for a purpose, looking for peace, or just a reason to push through the hard season?
Uh, I would say probably, man. I'll say just on some religious and talk with God. Talk with God. Sit down. Like you always want to be at peace with yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, man, even like I'll say to me, I try to when I wake up, I try to get like my first 10, 15 minutes, give first 15 minutes to God. Like I don't like to get up, get on my phone or anything like that. Like I'm gonna pray about my people, pray for my people, and then try to get a little exercise in if possible. You know,
Yeah,
get some movement going. But yeah, I'll just say, man, just be at peace with yourself, and everything else gonna come. You know what I'm saying?
100%. That's
Just
one of the biggest things that I've learned over time is, they say let go and let God, but in deeper level, that's a hard thing to do.
yeah,
Everybody says it, but it's
yeah,
hard when you got bills and when you got kids and when you got the weight of the world on your shoulders or you feel like it. it's easy, and that's when the devil comes in and tries to swoop in and give you self-doubt, give you,
Mm-hmm.
take away and rob you of your peace,
Right,
so that
right,
he
right.
can kind of convert you into doing stuff that you don't need to be doing. So that's the biggest thing for me. Same thing is learning how to listen to God, and actually trust and know, even when it looks like there's no sunshine coming.
Mm-hmm.
Know that whatever purpose or whatever plan that He has ultimately is gonna be what it is.
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
part two to that is worrying about it ain't gonna do no good anyway, because
At all.
whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen anyway.
It's gonna happen regardless. Yeah.
Thank you.
Right.
So,
And
you
then just a lot of
know,
times with that, and then once someone sees like, okay, hey, like you look back, oh, I was at this point at one time. Now look where I'm at. It's like why not? Why can't you trust him with anything else? Like he took you through that to where you're at now. So
and that's what I'm saying. Like I tell people my story, and they be like, "What?" Because they automatically think in Montgomery, Alabama, we sit around on rocking chairs on the front porch, and I'm like, "No, bro."
none of that.
I ask people all the time. I say, "Have you ever been to Alabama?" Yeah, we've been to such a. Oh, where are you from? I say Montgomery. They say, "Oh, we should go." You better have a bulletproof vest.
You gonna have to. You gonna
Get
have
caught
to, man.
slacking if you want to. They ain't playing in the comp. I
At
tell them
all.
all the time. It's funny watching your story come full circle from a quiet kid on the field to a grown man, father, and that's real growth. And I've always respected you, even as a youngster, for always pushing through and having perseverance. You've always had that. That's where all that yelling, I knew that you had that in you. So, but seeing it all and you grown now is crazy. But kudos to you. I'm
Appreciate
super
it. Appreciate it.
super
Appreciate it.
proud of you. BST isn't just a brand; it's a mindset.
Hmm.
Tell the people where they can go follow and get what's going on with BST. I'm helping you out with the social media side of
Yeah, yeah. There we go. There we go.
it.
So the Instagram BST underscore the brand. So THEBRAND. That's the Instagram website. BSTthebrand.net. You know what I'm saying? So you'll be able to get on there, see all the merch that we currently have. Like I said, it's just now starting, so I'm still building my inventory. But definitely be on the lookout. I got a lot of things in my mind that I'm trying to bring to the forefront that I feel like everybody's gonna like. So
I'm down with it. I'm endorsing, and I'm gonna make sure that I tag the Instagram, and then I'll put on the YouTube channel. I'll put a link to the website on there. Share it
perfect,
to me.
perfect.
You are a testament to. You don't need to be loud to make noise.
Correct,
Uh,
correct.
just be consistent with your character. Even as a kid, that smile is
Yeah,
30 some odd years later, and you still, like, I see that little kid, but now as an adult, and
yeah.
still you have that light and that vibrance. So keep shining, bro.
Appreciate it,
I'm
appreciate it.
proud of you. And like I said, I'll tag everything. If you need me, I'm always here. I'm going to shoot you my phone number.
Bet.
I appreciate you taking time out of your day. Go get them kids tucked in bed.
Got to. Got to. I
Take it
know that
easy, brother. If
they
you
at
need me,
home.
let me
They at home
know.
waiting on me.
Take it easy, brother. I
All right,
appreciate
Candy.
you.
I appreciate you.
All right, Bob. Bye
All
bye.
right. Yeah.